I changed my lip like 3 different times because I keep saying I want to go a brown new look, but it don't ever work out because I end up looking like I'm dying.
49 since I've cried alone. I've got 40 things going through my mind. Ain't no hope in love, tried it 40 times.
Hey y'all, it's me back again with another makeup tutorial. Hey y'all. Okay, so I'm using my same products. I love this Benefit brow pencil. It gets the job done. But you see, I don't know if you noticed, I use my angle pencil this time. You see how quickly I drew the line? I fill it in very lightly. And then you see me use the skinny one here. And I make hair-like strokes in the front. I just kind of go in an up and down motion just to create hair-like strokes. And then I always brush it through to make it blend in together with the hair. Again, this is the angle one, and I'm just drawing a line underneath my brow. And then I draw a line at the top of my brow to connect the top and bottom. And then I fill it in with the angle brush. When I use this, I keep calling it a brush, but it's a pencil. When I use this, I mean, I'm done quicker with my eyebrows than the skinny one, okay? But I always use the skinny one and I go up and down in the front. And I fill it in a little bit with that one as well. But I always brush the product through with your eyebrows. Okay, so same products again. This is the Morphe brush. I'm using the Kevin Aquan in shade XX13. I just go underneath the eyebrows. This allows your eyebrows to pop out, and it also allows you to shape your brow the way that you want. I start off from the front and I bring it all the way back into the tail. And then I bring that concealer down to my eyelid, and that creates the base for the eyeshadow, okay? Because you don't want to apply the eyeshadow on wet concealer because it's going to get all patchy, okay? So now we have to blend out and brush out the product so that it's, evenly spread on your eyelid. And then you also want to set the concealer. Set it. I use the Airspun loose setting powder, and I apply it to my eyelid and my eyebrow. If you don't want a shiny eyebrow, baby, apply this product to your eyebrow as well. Trust me, it'll blend in well. It looks crazy in the beginning, but don't worry. And I always use the same products. This is the e.l.f. Holy Hydration moisturizer. Love this stuff. I apply just a small amount on my face. And then I'm using the Bobbi Brown Enriched Eye Cream. And I apply only to underneath my eyes. This allows my concealer to look really smooth and helps with creasing. And then, of course, I'm using the e.l.f. primer. And I'm just applying that to my T-zone area. So basically my cheekbone areas, my forehead, and my nose. Sometimes I do my chin. It really just depends upon what kind of mood I'm in. And then this is the e.l.f. What is this? This is the primer too. This is a Power Grip primer. This allows that foundation to stick in place. It allows our makeup to last, okay? So I do 2 pumps, one on one side. And then this is the Morphe setting spray. And I apply this always after every time I use my base to my face. It just kind of sets everything in, okay? So for foundation, this really is not foundation. This is a skin tint. This is the Yummy Skin Tint in shade number 13. And I just apply it to my face. And then I'm using a Morphe brush and I just push in the skin tint. I try not to do long swipes just to prevent me from removing the product from my face. So I'm just going in the up and down motion, and I'm just spreading out all over my face. All right, this is my favorite concealer. This is the Born This Way in shade Mocha. I'd say this is my favorite one, especially when I'm doing like a soft face, because it's not bright. It's like a perfect brightener underneath my eyes. I apply it under my eyes, my chin, underneath my nose, the bridge of my nose, and my forehead. Okay, so I'm using the Real Technique setting brush, and I'm using this just to spread out the concealer. Spread out is the wrong word, because you want to keep your concealer in the same place. I always start off on my chin, underneath my nose, and I always start off at the edges of underneath my eyes, and then I work my nose, and then I work the forehead, and then you'll see me go back underneath my eyes. I say underneath the eyes last, just to allow the concealer to set in, to thicken, and to get the most coverage. Okay, so I always do that part last. You'll see me go in with just a little bit more of a brightener. You can't really tell in this video that it's a little bit lighter, but I use the Born This Way in Butterscotch right here. This is the Butterscotch, and I just apply it just a little bit, just because I want a little bit more of a pop underneath the eyes. Nothing too crazy, y'all. And you just want to make sure you spread this out in the areas where you want that brightener shade to be. So I just bring it over underneath my eyes very so lightly. So now I'm going over my concealer with a moistened sponge just to make sure there's no patches, to make me look cakey when I set the wet concealer. So I'm kind of going over all the areas that we concealed, just to make sure everything is locked in place. There's nothing too thick, too thin over the areas, okay? So I always set my concealer first with the pressed powder. This is the Maybelline pressed powder in shade 330. And I just go over that area very lightly. I call it the cement. I apply cement over that wet concealer. That allows, when we finally go over the loose powder, there's like I don't know the right word for it, y'all. I just made up a word, cement. I don't know. There's like a base where the loose powder is going to sit on versus a wet concealer. I don't know. I think it looks more flawless when we do that, okay? So I'm using the Huda Beauty in Banana Bread, and I'm going over all the areas where we're concealed. So I don't use a lot because, again, I'm doing a natural face or a natural looking face. So I'm not using a lot of product. I put a light amount of loose setting powder to my triangular puff, and then I apply it to my hand first to get rid of any excess of powder, and then I apply it to my face. So I go in underneath my eyes, under my nose, my chin, and my forehead. And you guys already know I don't bake. I'm not a baker. I'm just going to bake on top of my nose right here. Okay, so now it's time to bronze. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Bronzer in shade number 4 Deep. This is their darkest shade, and I just use very little amount because, again, I didn't want to do anything harsh. I did not want a harsh look. So I'm just going over the cheekbones, and I'm going to go over the forehead, and I think it's the only areas that I do on my face. Again, this is just to kind of bring some warmth back into the face, since we brighten the face and use that foundation on the skin tint. So I don't spend that much time on my nose. I just wanted to snatch the nose very little. I'm using my Black Opal and Bronze Boo. I take my slanted brush, I bring it all the way to my eyebrows, and I bring it all the way to the tip of the nose, okay? And again, the skinnier you want the nose, the skinnier you'll have that baking powder. So now it's time to set the entire face. I'm using the Fenty foundation pressed powder in shade number 410, and I go over all my entire face except for under my eyes, just to make sure everything blends in together. So I don't have anything extra on this brush. I'm wiping off that bake, and I'm just pushing in that loose setting powder underneath my eyes, and that's the only thing I kind of do underneath my eyes. Besides, I'm using the Huda Beauty Glowish, and I just take that to the upper cheekbones just because it has like a glow pop to it. And so I only go over my cheekbones. It's almost like a highlighter, if that makes sense. So I put out the Patricia eyeshadow palette, and I only use cream today. I want to pick up the Danessa Myricks, the gloss I don't even know what to call it. You know what I'm talking about. But it gives like a glossy look, and I do want to try that one day. So I said, okay, let me try the Patricia, the creams. I don't set it with powder at all. I keep it only with the creams, and I'm telling y'all, it actually did really good. Again, I only had the makeup on for maybe about 2 hours, but my eyelids didn't crease, and I didn't set it. And I use both those two colors that's in there. I go in first with that natural looking brown, and then I cover it with the more of the bronzer. It's like an orange shade. You'll see me going with it now. And that gives more of a color. But again, I just kind of wanted a wet look on my eyelids, and it did exactly what I wanted to do. Okay? And that's all I did with my eyelids. So now I'm going in with more of a redder bronzer. This is the Fenty, and this is in this shade Mocha Mami. This is more of a red color versus that bronzer of Charlotte Tilbury. And I kind of use it as a blush, if that makes sense. Y'all, so this is my pain in the butt. This took me longer than my face, was my lips. I have so many different lipsticks, y'all. So many. So I'm like, let me stop using the same neutral nude look. Let's go on this Anastasia. So I have this brown Anastasia. I need to get a brown that actually looks good on my lips. Because you see, I look like I'm dying. Okay. So I said, okay, let me try adding that Sephora. So I add the Sephora in the middle. It did nothing. Okay, let's add the dose of color. Let's add a little bit of a pink nude to it so it looks a little bit better. This is like a more same look that I always do. But you see, it ain't do what I needed to do either. Okay, so then I pull out a Morphe gloss. This is a gloss. So I apply that over my entire lip. You don't even see the Anastasia anymore. I put like 4 different colors on my lips, y'all. Just wasting my time, y'all. Wasting my time, and this is the look, y'all. And I shook my head, yes, but it's a no. It's a for sure no, okay? So anyway, I take my highlighter, my MAC highlighter, and I always use the button of my sponge. I pat into my highlighter, and I go straight to my upper cheekbones. I'm going over the same areas that you saw me use the Glowish from Huda Beauty. Again, I like combining those two because it gives it a very soft, pretty, natural glow, okay? I also take it to my nose. I use my finger, use it to the bridge of my nose and the tip of my nose. Okay, y'all, this is the lip number 2. I take off that brown stuff because that just was not going. Okay, so I use the Morphe lip liner, and this is it's called Wine Me. It's like a cranberry-ish color, and I line my lips with this, and then I go in with this. It's a Morphe lip too. I don't even know what it's called, but I go in with this Morphe cranberry look on my lips right here. Yeah, I didn't like it either, but I still applied it. I walked around my house like, okay, I'm gonna wear this look. See, and I changed it again. If you see, I changed it. You can tell in this color here. But I'm setting my face with the Charlotte Tilbury, and that's it, y'all. Don't mind my lip, but boom. Okay, so hopefully I used this video. I did a quick 20-minute face. I changed my lip like 3 different times because I keep saying I want to go a brown new look, but it don't ever work out because I end up looking like I'm dying. It looks like a gray lip, so I have to find the right brown color. So I just went with a matte cranberry color. Called it a day. There was something I wanted to say. Oh, so what I did was I used the Patrick Ta's eye palette, and I just used the cream one. I didn't set it with a powder. Let's see how it looks. I'm hoping it doesn't crease. Let me see if you guys can see close up. So I want it to be kind of like shiny versus a matte. We'll see how it turns out. Hopefully it doesn't crease, but this is the look. I'm literally just going up the street to a bar. Oh, my husband. So this is the look, y'all. Hope y'all enjoyed. It's a voiceover, obviously, but hope you guys enjoyed. Bye.